Naam, mtazamaji, hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyo, mpenzi mtazamaji wa runinga ya Citizen. Katikati ya uwanja tayari unaona wachezaji wa timu ya Manchester United. Referee wa katikati ya uwanja Martin Atkinson atakuwa anaanza ngoma ile. Tuone mambo atakuwa namna gani. Kumbuka ni Monday Football, makala yakiwa ni tarehe 30 mwezi wa 3 mwaka 2015. Ngoma inaanza sasa. Anakuja pale vile Jones, lakini mpira unakuwa mwingi unatoka nje. Nakwambia mambo yanakuwa ni mazuri hapa. Chini kwa chini, sauti za mashabiki ambao wamekusanyika katika uwanja huu. Anakuja pale mchezaji ambaye ni Di Maria, chenga moja safi. Anaangalia weke wapi, anapiga pale, ngoma inakataa. Wanaingia sasa tayari katika mlango kule, lakini wapi? Wanapambana tena. Anaingia kule mchezaji Enda Herrera, lakini mpira unakuwa mwingi unatoka nje. Ndivyo mambo yalivyo, mtazamaji. Nakwambia leo ni leo, asema kesho ni mwongo. Anakuja mzima, lakini referee wa katikati ya uwanja anamuita mchezaji ule Chris Smalling, anamwambia umefanya kitu gani? Cheza vizuri, maana niko na kadi mbili hapa. Kuna kadi nyekundu na vile pia manjano. Haya, wanaingia sasa kule, lakini mpira unakuwa mwingi unatoka nje kule. Referee wa katikati ya uwanja Martin Atkinson anapuliza kipenga, anamwambia ulicheza ndivyo sivyo, nilikuona ukicheza ndivyo sivyo. Anachopeka mkono wake katika mfuko wake, ananyanyua kadi ya njano, mtazamaji hapa. Anamwambia lazima ucheze kulingana na kanuni jinsi ilivyo. Penalty ile mtazamaji, sikiliza kwa makini. Itakuja kuchongwa na mchezaji Chris Smalling. Anaweka mpira ule ngozi ya ng'ombe ile uwamba ukinezwa mpira. Chris Smalling mtazamaji, dhidi ya goalkeeper yule Victor Valdez. Mambo yatakuwaje? Smalling yule na mpira. Smalling anaangalia kume, anaangalia kushoto. Referee wa katikati ya uwanja Martin Atkinson anawapanga. Smalling anarudi nyuma. Tuone mambo yatakuwaje kule, lakini wapi? Anapoteza penalty ile mtazamaji, na huwa ni mwali sana kuona kwamba mchezaji anapoteza mkwaju ule wa penalty. Tuone itakuwaje tena kwa mara nyingine. Referee wa katikati ya uwanja yule Martin Atkinson anatoa ishara kwa goalkeeper yule Victor Valdez, anamwambia anakwenda kule. Kitu ndani ya wavu mtazamaji hapa. Manchester United mtazamaji wanapata goli hapa, na ndivyo hali ilivyo. Tayari referee wa katikati ya uwanja Martin Atkinson anapuliza kipenga chake kuashiria kwamba mambo kwisha katika uwanja huu mtazamaji. Nimekwambia kwamba ni kipindi maridadi
Monday
Football ya Citizen. Kwa hivyo kutoka kwangu Geoffrey Mwamburi, beki wa kupanda na kushuka, natoa pasi nyerezi, pasi mufti, pasi ya uhakika kwa mabingwa washanganuzi wa soka. Nazungumzia Michael Kinyi, Waiga Mwaura na Bernardo Bismillah.
Thank you very much, Geoffrey Mwamburi. Mshahara yako ushapata leo. Right away. Well done. Of course, welcome to Monday Football. If it's Monday, you know we are talking about football. My name is Wahiga Mwaura. We've got quite a show lined up for you today. So many surprises. Talk to us. We appreciate your feedback. And today we have something special. We are even taking your phone calls. So start calling in and we'll be scrolling the number on our screen shortly. But if you can't call in, you can text us. 22422 is our SMS line. We're also on Twitter and on Facebook using the hashtag Monday Football. But right now, I have Manchester United fans with me. Let's take a look at them. And before I hand over to Michael Kinyi, if our referee can get me the mic from our commentator, I need to talk to one of them. Ebu Karibu Tafadhali, because of what he's wearing, and I think this gentleman stands out, and I'm just waiting for the microphone to be brought my way, because I don't know if he's in pajamas. I don't know what they're playing. Abarigan, how are you? Okay, I hope this mic is working. Yeah, it is just... Okay, so what's your name?
Lewis Mugo.
Lewis Mugo. And that uniform of yours, where do you get it from?
It's custom made.
Put your shoes out, man. Let people see what you've got today. Yeah. Right, well, that's the spirit of Monday Football. We encourage, as many teams as possible to come. Next week, we'll actually be having some Kenyan Premier League teams here. And I'm not going to let the secret out just yet, because Michael Kinyi has all that news and much more. So you can sit down, but Michael Kinyi, now over to you.
Well, thank you very much, Waiga Mwaura. It's Monday again, and Manchester United fans in the studio. Let me let out a secret first. Kwanza wamechelewa. Would you believe that? That is why they are late in getting into top 4. Kuchelewa ndio zao. It reflects what Man U is doing at the top there. But our question of the day is on Kenyan Premier League. And the question is, do City Stars and Nakuru All Stars deserve to be in the KPL? Do City Stars and Nakuru All Stars deserve to be in the KPL? They are bottom of the table right now. They've conceded the most goals, 3 matches, 0 points. That's where they are at the moment. So do they deserve to be there? Talk to us, 22422 on SMS and on Twitter. It is hashtag, use the hashtag Monday Football. At Waiga Maora, at Banandong, at Michael Kinya, at Citizen TV. Pick either that you like, but use the hashtag Monday Football. We'll take your view. Start calling as well. The number is scrolling on your screen. We shall pick up a few calls and we'll be talking about those two clubs and where they are. Today the show is fully packed, part one with KPL. Those who are saying we don't cover Kenyan football, here it is. Part one is fully KPL. Waiga, where do we go?
Right now we go over to Bernard Ndong, who is hiding next to a big TV. I don't know what that's all about.
Of course, Waiga Maora, thank you so much. This afternoon I've tried to sample here some PlayStation action. I can tell you for a fact that things are not too good for me. He's playing for Manchester City, I'm playing for Chelsea. Our fans there, Manchester United fans there, I could see that they had scored. I'm not able to score, unfortunately. We have a corner kick for now. And I can see this fellow is just trying as much as possible to score. I'm going to prevent him. There we go, at least. I've blocked it. Peter Check has managed to prevent that goal from actually taking place. Of course, Wahiga Maora, this afternoon we are not alone. We are honored to have Mr. John Kianda and our very good friend from Bahari FM, Mkala. Of course, Changanuzi.
Jina ni shida.
Changanuzi kabisa. Of course, bwana Mkala, tuambie vipi namna mambo yalivyo katika ligi kuu ya kandanda hapa nchini na vile vile katika zile friendly ambazo zilikuwa zikiendelea weekend iliyopita.
Nadhani ligi imekuwa tamu kidogo. Mashindano yamerudi uwanjani baada ya mishemishe ambazo tulizishuhudia kotini. Kwa hivyo sasa timu zimerudi uwanjani, lakini nadhani ni uzito kwao, hususan kucheza katikati ya wiki na kucheza tena weekend. Kuna baadhi ya timu tumeona zikifungwa mabao mengi, na nadhani ni kwa sababu ya utayari wao haukuwa wenye kuelekeza upande wa kuhakikisha wanacheza weekend na wanacheza katikati ya wiki. Na ndio maana unaona timu kama Gor Mahia iko pale ilipo, kwa sababu walicheza katika CAF Confederation Champions League, na ndio maana wamekuwa na matokeo mazuri na wanaongoza ligi. Bandari imesajili wachezaji ambao wanawaamini, na Twahir Muhidin alisema kabla msimu kuanza kwamba wanataka kushinda ili kombe, hususan yeye anataka kuaga Bandari kwa kuwapatia ili kombe.
John Ken, of course, for Hot 96 Sports, of course, with the question we're asking this afternoon, do City Stars and Nakuru All Stars deserve to be in the league? Do you feel they deserve to be there? They are currently rooted at the bottom of the Kenyan Premier League standings.
For the future of Kenyan football, they deserve to be there because you see, a team like Nairobi City Stars, yes, they're bottom of the table, same as Nakuru All Stars. Look at what happened to them when they were relegated. I start with Nakuru All Stars. 16 players left the team to join other teams in the KPL. 5 players remained. Out of those 5, only 3 players were playing for the team during last season. You see, 16 left, 5 remained. Out of those 5, only 3 were playing first team football for the team last season. They went to the academies and signed a couple of players. And of course, you see, like in the academies, they had 12 players from the academy.
Yes.
Nurturing talent in Kenya. Academy, you go to the academy. They also signed 3 players from different clubs in the KPL, the likes of Hilary Echesa from Chemelil, also had Katum Mware from Mushuru.
Fascinating, fast. Of course, kind of getting back to just over. You can see that he's very excited, very because, of course, his own analysis far as the Kenyan is concerned. Waiga Maora, a lot of action was taking place last week. Yes. It's an international break, but in the Kenyan scene, action was still going on. What do we have?
And I'll be giving that news in just a bit. But we have a DJ here, I believe, DJ Crossfade. Yeah, DJ, tupe kitu maze, cassette, even just like a 10-second set. What do you have, that's fresh and new?
Exclusive from Advanced. I want your body sleeping in my bed.
Right now, let's focus back on sports as my director catches me dancing. Remember, we'll be having quick fire in just a bit, so you need to keep it right here on Monday Football. But for now, Mathare United were forced to share the spoils with visiting Chemelil Sugar at the Nyayo National Stadium as the Millers came from a goal down to salvage a draw. Here is that particular result.
Mathare's Eric Mata was a threat from the beginning of the match as he tried to put the Slum Boys in the front foot. Mata's efforts finally paid off when his attempt at goal culminated in a corner kick in the 20th minute. The corner kick provided the platform for Mathari's first goal, with Mata heading home. The goal inspired teammate Noah Abich, who almost stretched the advantage with an expertly taken free kick 3 minutes later. The missed chance prompted a reaction from the Millers, and Collins Kisuya obliged, drawing the two sides level with his clinical free kick in the 37th minute. At the halftime break, both sides were drawn level by a goal, but in the second half, the match failed to show the same intensity as it was in the first half.
Siwezi tukulia in a positive way kwa sababu kitu ya kwanza tuko home, tulikuwa tunatafuta 3 points kwao ni kama win, kwa sababu ukiangalia kitu kama 10 to 20 minutes wame waste, of course walikuwa wanataka draw.
They have responded very well despite getting one red card. That red card it really affected my organization.
Of course, Thika United are facing off with Muhoroni Youth, and they managed to become triumphant in that fixture. Of course, as Rem Omondi notched the first hat-trick of the 2015 Kenyan Premier League season, helping his side to that victory in a tension-packed match at the Thika Municipal Stadium.
We pick up the game in the 40th minute. A clumsy handball in the Thika United box leads to a penalty. And it was coolly slotted home by Tony Nyangor to make it Thika United 2, Muhoroni Youth 2. But then, this particular goal caused trouble at the Thika Municipal Stadium as fans from both sides clashed off the pitch, stopping the game for almost 10 minutes. Going into the halftime break, it was already a high-scoring match at 2-2, 5 minutes into the second half. Ray Omondi joined Tony Nyangor on 2 goals apiece as Thika United took a 3-2 lead. Muhoroni Youth attacked in numbers, showing off some skills as they threatened an equalizer. But then it was Thika again who delivered the sucker punch. It was that young man again, Ray Omondi, striking in the 87th minute, notching the first hat-trick of the KPL 2015 season as Thika United beat Muhoroni Youth 4-2.
Today the winner was football. You could see there's 2 different styles of football. We're getting the ball on the floor and playing football, and they came with a Route 1 game in terms of playing long balls, and we're determined in this game to make amends for the last game at home. Because the last game at home we made a couple of mistakes, and we're all very determined to make sure that we give the fans something to cheer about at the end of the day. We've got lots of players who have goals in there. This is one of the reasons why I brought Ray, because I know he's got goals in him. You know, Kennedy as well is partnering very well with him as well. He didn't get a goal today, but they're partnering very well. So it doesn't surprise me, because I think we created a lot of chances, and I think we had a good game plan. So I'm proud of them.
For Muhoroni Youth, it is 1 point from 3 matches. Not a good start, especially for a coach that believes in his players.
Mimi nashindwa nakwambia mpira una adabu. Manake nimekuja na starter yangu, nimekuja kuangalia kuchunguza wanavyocheza. Na bahati mbaya tukawapatia bao mapema. Then vijana wangu wamekuja kidogo, sijui nini kimefanyika. Mabao yakafungwa mawili haraka haraka. Then kawashukuru pia vijana wamefight, wakajaribu kupata bao za kurudisha mbili. Yani kurudi kipindi cha pili na shidwa, yani sikuelewa kabisa. Lakini mchezo. Naam.
It's the first win of the season for Thika United, a win that they've worked hard to score 4 goals against 2 in the match against Muhoroni Youth. Next up for them is SC Leopards, a match that is not going to be easy, but they take lessons from this one.
Well, we continue with our focus on Kenyan football, and we are asking you, we've been asking you throughout the course of this show, do you believe that City Stars and Nakuru All Stars deserve to be in the Kenyan Premier League? You've seen their performance, leak lots and lots of goals. Talk to us. We'll try and read as much of your feedback as we can. 22422 is our SMS line. You can also talk to us on our social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter, using the hashtag MondayFootball. And as we continue now, AFC Leopards suffered the second loss of the season at the hands of Ulinzi as the military side downed Zdravko Logarushize's charges at the Afraha Stadium. Here is that goal.
But that one not being finished, and it's a goal! 1 goal! Oh. Beautiful play, the set piece. Oh, and what a classy celebration it is, led by Geoffrey as early as the 6th minute.
If you thought it was on, then it's definitely on now. That ball going up, and it's a brilliant play because what you do is you head back and it leaves a player open. But where is...
Nakuru All-Stars is yet to find their spark in the Kenyan Premier League and sit at the foot of the standings. All-Stars lost by a goal against Western Stima in their last match, following a humbling 6-2 loss to KCB in their previous fixture.
The left flank, Kevin Okoth. Now can he deliver into the box? And it's into the net. Beautiful play by Western Stima. Kevin Okoth.
Chaka takes the corner. It swung in towards the far post. The first header is there. Keeper makes a wonderful save, but then Yusuf Juma slides in the rebound.
Yeah, and two things about this corner. First of all, the in-swing.
What's going on, Arnold? What's Mule doing?
Whip the ball out. Raymond, now this is where the naivety of him having come from the bottom team, from the second team.
Once again, Crispinas, the boy we spoke about in the build-up, there it is. A nice switch of the ball all the way to Musana, but Musana has got the whole of City Stadium to set himself up, look up, pick his spot, absolutely plant.
Quite shoot towards goal. This one is right in front of the area, and a little nice touch from Marugi that puts another goal in. For them. Well, Musana has had more luck on the right foot, curves it in. A little touch that came from Bethwell Warambo, and then as the Nakuru All-Stars side try to get a 1-2 into the area. Perfect chance, and they've put it in the net. I tell you, there'll be a bigger celebration. Also a chance for them to reveal who's their free kick specialist. It's in the net. It's 2 goals from the All-Star side. And the ball hit him and loses control of it. Macharia brings it into the area. This one is in the net. KCB make it 6.
Well, the reason why we're asking, so many of you are asking me, why are we focusing on All-Stars and City Stars in today's show? The reason is that at the end of the KPL last season, 2 teams were to be relegated to the lower league, the National Super League. Now, City Stars and Nakuru All-Stars finish in the 15th and 16th position, meaning they're supposed to be relegated. But because of the infighting between KPL and FKF, there was no place where KPL could relegate the teams to, because FKF decided they do not recognize KPL. Then, thus, it means if KPL relegated these 2 teams, they were not going to play anywhere anyway. And the teams that were supposed to be promoted from National Super League were already incorporated in another league, that is the FKFPL. Too much jargon that if we decide to start explaining now will confuse you even further. So we delve into those 2 teams at the moment. Mkala, maoni yako ni yapi?
Hizi timu hazikustahili kuwepo, lakini kama walivyosema kuna migogoro mingi sana ilitokea. Sasa hawakuwa na budi kuhakikisha timu ziwe 16. Na mimi naona baraka kwa upande wa Nakuru All Stars na timu hii ya City Stars kukosa wachezaji wao wazuri ambao waliwasukuma ama kuwauza kabla msimu kuanza. Manake inawapa nafasi vijana wadogo kuonekana. Tuliona Gor Mahia na Sofapaka wakipewa nafasi ya kusajili wachezaji wageni 7 ambao tunasaidia kuinua talent za Rwanda na Waganda zaidi kuliko Kenya. Ndio maana sasa tunakwenda friendly na Ushelisheli, tunafikiria kuchezesha under 23. Kwa hivyo ni baraka kiupande wa maendeleo ya soka ya Kenya kwamba hizi timu zitachezesha wachezaji wachanga wasiojulikana. Sasa ni wakati wao wajisukume, watasoma na uhakika katika mzunguko wa pili zile timu zitakazoumana na wajamaa watapata kazi ngumu kuliko ile wanayoipata sasa.
John Kianda from Hot 96. We just played the clip of the 3 matches that City Stars, Nakuru All Stars have played. First match they were hit for 6 by KCB. Then KCB has not won any other match after that. They've lost 2. Then second match they lost again, 3-1 to AFC Leopards. Third match they've lost again, 1-0 to Western Stima. Does this show you the quality of Nakuru All Stars?
I'll say one thing. It's good for the growth of talent in Kenya. Because look at this from this point of view. I spoke to Peter Okidi, who is the coach for Nakuru All Stars.
Yes.
And as I spoke to Ndong earlier, he told me that 16 players of his first team, after they were relegated, they went to different clubs. 5 of them remained in the team. Out of those 5, only 3 were playing first team football last time. They went on and signed at least 4 players. Echesa, Mware, Hamon Mushiri from Mathare United, David Feder, And of course, they had a very poor preseason. They only played one friendly match during the preseason against Ulinzi Stars, only one. So they had to go to the academies and at least get some players from the academies. You see, losing 16 players, your team will definitely shake big time. And that's what we are seeing with these two teams. We look at Nakuru with City Stars. On the other hand, 7 out of the first team players left. And you can see one of them, Raymond Omondi, is doing well with Thika United. He scored a hat-trick yesterday, if I'm not wrong. So 7 players left. 6 of them remained with the team. They went to the academies. They signed, they got at least 5 from the academy. They got 4 from schools, those who had finished their Form 4. They also went and signed a few players. You see, they were not prepared, basically, to come back to the Kenya Premier League. But, you see, as a good coach, you'll not be remembered because of the titles you won big time, but for those talents also that you nurtured, which is good. You see, like Mkala has told you earlier, we depend so much on foreigners. Ama foreigners wanafanya ligi yetu ing'are sana. You see, like Gor Mahia and FC Leopards and Sofapaka, all those big teams, all these foreigners are the ones who are making FC
We
Leopards
had this argument 2 Mondays ago.
And all other teams.
Kianda, 2 Mondays ago, we had the same argument, and we discovered that the reason why EPL is the most popular league in the world, not the most successful, but the most popular in terms of marketing and TV and everything else, is because of that foreign legion that comes into the teams. And we said your beloved team Arsenal at one point fielded 11 non-English players. So I'll pick up Mkala kutoka kwa hiyo point ya kwamba Kianda anasema timu imesajili wachezaji 16 wapya au ni Nakuru All Stars. Gor Mahia imesajili wachezaji 17 wapya. Gor Mahia wako juu, Nakuru wako chini. Tofauti wapi?
Upande wa biashara ni sawa. Upande wa biashara kujiuza, manake sasa Gor Mahia itapata wafuasi wa Rwanda, itapata wafuasi wa Uganda. Lakini hizi timu nyingine kama Nakuru All Stars watakuwa ni wanakuru tu ndio watakaofuatilia Nakuru All Stars. Sasa upande wa biashara na mauzo sawa tumetengeneza, lakini katika timu ya taifa tunaboronga. Dennis Oliechi mpya tunamtafuta paka leo hatujampata. McDonald Mariga katikati kuna wanyama, tutamtegemea wanyama paka lini? Tutapeleka wanyama wengine lini kama tutakuwa tunategemea majina ya nje?
Kati ya 17 Gor Mahia wamesajili wachezaji 6 pekee yake foreign, 11 wa Kenya.
Lakini hao 6 wanacheza kikosi cha kwanza.
First 11.
Wanacheza kikosi cha kwanza. Kwa hivyo kuna Mkenya anajisifu tu kwamba yuko Gor Mahia lakini anakula benchi.
On the same note, Kianda, the Gor Mahia team that is playing Continental does not have these foreigners.
You see, continental football is different from local football because of the experience you need when you're playing continental football. And that was why Gor Mahia were right to sign at least foreigners in that team. But look at how we are nurturing our national team. Look at the Spanish national team that won the World Cup in 2010. No one played outside who was in the first 11 of the Spanish.
We can't compare Spain and Kenya.
I'm just giving an example. Sure. Atletico Bilbao is a team in the Spanish La Liga.
Give me an African example.
Hawana hata foreigner mmoja kwa hiyo team.
Kianda,
only one.
Put your references to something closer home. Uganda, Tanzania, Sudan, kitu kama hicho.
Al-Ahli ya Misri wakati walipokuwa wakishinda ili kombe la mataifa Afrika, Champions League Afrika, ilikuwa kwa ukiangalia vizuri ile timu ni wa Misri wote. Na walikuwa kwa kijaribu wanatafuta mtu mmoja wawili, kitu ambacho hawana ndio wanakileta katika timu. Lakini wanahakikisha ule Uarabu wao wanauenua. Ukienda Sudan wako hivyo hivyo, timu yao ina wenyeji, lakini wakiona pale wanashindwa ndio wamechukua kina Wanga wanawaleta katika ligi yao.
Elmerek wamebadilika. La mwisho nataka udili na ile swala Mkala. Elmerek ya Sudan hawajashinda Sekafa muda mrefu sana. Mwaka jana wameshinda Sekafa. Nani kawashindia Sekafa?
Sasa pale kwenye ubora wenye kuhitajika Wanga.
Alan Wanga Mkenya, sio? Shikilia hapo hapo. Bernard.
A very heated discussion there. Of course, we are asking you this afternoon, do you believe that how do you feel regarding City Stars and Nakuru All Stars being in the league? Do you feel that they should be there or they should not be there? That's the question we're asking this afternoon. Remember, you should send in your responses to 22422. As we speak, I can't see any SMSs. Start sending them in. I'm only seeing one here. This is a gentleman who is watching, and he says that City Stars should not be here. That's the only one SMS that has been sent so far. So kindly send them in. 22422. Of course, you can also use our Twitter handles at Bernard Ndong, at Waiga Moran, and at Mike Okinyi. And we just talked about City Stars, and one of the reasons why they are finding themselves at the bottom of the league is because they lost to Tusker FC, as Tuskers clinched their second win in 2 games, beating City Stars by 2-1, as Jesse Were scored a brace. Joseph Sakwa scored the consolation for the Stars in the 69th minute.
In front of goal, which wouldn't look good. That's an easy way to give it away. And it's the defenders will give it away as Jesse Jackson, he releases the ball, not in a perfect position. Oh, this is where you be the judge of that one. Versus Victor Odhiambo. And it's in the net. Eddie Mwaka seemed to have gotten his marker. And this one is in the net. Well, talk about a lovely shot, quite unexpected from Joseph Sakwa.
Chemelil Sugar bounced back from their midweek draw with Mathare United to hand KCB their third loss of the season with a slim 1-0 victory.
Karani has had two facing the goalkeeper. Kisuya lifts this one slightly, the header is in the net! Well angled by Ujwanga. Just the hard work of Vita is what puts Chemelil on top of this one. And I think after a couple of corners, then the defenders become a little bit laxer. Ujwanga connects perfectly to a second corner coming from Collins Kisuya on the left side. Well, you wouldn't blame the defenders here, would you, Jacob?
Well, you have to blame the defenders clearly because they left David Ojo.
Well, we get into the table standings for KPL, and Banandong is getting for us that table, and as he's getting that table, when Manchester United fans, and I can tell you for free, they're still walking in now. We told them 12 o'clock, we have pre-show. Has the guy just walked in now?
Let him actually walk in. Yeah, he has come back the other side now.
Where is he?
Let him just come now.
Honestly, you think I'm lying? I am not lying. This is amejificha huko nyuma ya kamera.
Kuja.
Aingie tu hapo sahihi amuneke. Ona vile anatokea kama muizi. Van Gaal ndio huyo.
Manu
ananyemelea number 4.
Ana delay kuingia number
4. And by the way, there's a similarity between some fans in this set and that table. Kuna jamaa wa Tusker hapa. Namjua vizuri sana. Tusker FC is one of the 4 guys who were in the stadium yesterday cheering Tusker, but they kudos, you guys. For you to have that heart to go to the stadium to cheer Tusker, and you're gonna row. But how? Just tell me, how is Tusker not getting it right this season? And you've got the players.
I think the reason why is maybe the tactical formation of our coach Kimanzi. We are giving Kimanzi time to at least arrange the team. Basically, the formation, if you like see the first 11 for Kimanzi, maybe there's a time Situma is playing, there's another time maybe Wamba is not playing. So currently, yeah, we are on the third match we're playing, but maybe through if you give him the coach's time to be able to prepare the team adequately, we're going to have a successful result. After dropping points against Ushuru, so what happened in the next game against Ulinzi, and then yesterday against Indian Stars. So I think it's the matter of giving our coach humble time, and everything will be okay.
Are you happy with the results? Are you happy with the way the team is playing?
I'm happy with the results. Since it is at the beginning of the match, I'm really happy with the result.
Are you happy with your coach? Because I had a chance to have lunch with fans of Tusker, and I began to sense reservations on their part. What, on a scale of 0 to 100, what's your confidence in your coach and in the ability to, to take the team top 4 finish, possibly even the title?
I'm good with 95%.
95%.
95%.
You're not saying that because you're on TV and he might be watching you, and he might.
But I'm confident with Kimanzi because he's one of the greatest coach, former Harambee Stars head coach, and the reason why, in fact, we don't have issues when it comes to paying players. So that is the one thing that normally boosts our players to at least get something from that, because we're given the resources, you should go and perform. So I'm really having that confidence in our coach Kimanzi and the team.
Kianda, you're one person who really complained when Khalid Aucho left Tusker to go to Gor Mahia. Then you didn't understand why Omunuk had to leave a team like Tusker to sign for Ushuru. Was Kimanzi committing suicide in letting these players go?
Yes, he did. Khalid Aucho, man, that guy is a beast. He's a great player. He's very skillful, by the way. He has the experience. He's in the first team of Uganda. He's part of the first team players in the Uganda national team. You need such a player when you're playing continental football. Gor Mahia was smart. Tusker let a great player leave. But reason being, he wanted to play continental football. Who doesn't want to play continental football? Khalid Aucho, okay, AFC Leopards fans were telling me, you could have gotten him. He's a great player, man. You need such players when you're playing. And you see, you look at this league,
I look the way they bonded with the Ali Abondo, Khalid Aucho, Ali Abondo. Midfielders that got are scoring goals. The strikers also scoring goals.
And they came from Tusker, all of
They
them.
all came from Tusker. You see.
Now the secret is, I'll let you in on the secret. AFC Leopards approach Khalid first. They promise him money, then wakapatiwa ile cheki yetu.
That's what. And you see, you look at Tusker the way they're playing. According to me, Mike and Carl, and I stand to be corrected. Iligi ni marathon. So Tusker, they've gotten 2 points against Ulinzi Stars. They've gotten 6 points in the last 2 games. After you watch that game, I remember you spoke to Kimanzi. He told you, man, we have to take. They prepared for 7 weeks. Yes, they played 1 match. They took a break. All these wrangles. They came back. They were beaten by Ushuru. They bounced back against Ulinzi Stars. Ulinzi is a strong team. Our soldiers wako strike. It's hard to motivate the players to come back. So it's a step, one step at a time. One step at a time. Tusker and Gor Mahia and Sofapaka ndio wanakimbia na itaita. One of them will walk away with this.
Mkala, naam. Ukiangalia hiyo jedwali. Gor Mahia mechi 3.9. Western Stima mechi 4.9. Kutoka Bandari namba 3 hadi AFC Leopards namba 6, wote wamecheza mechi 4 isipokuwa Sony, alama ni 7. Wafikiri Tusker wako kwa right path ama kuna kitu ambacho kinakosa pale? Manake goal difference ni 1, point ni 7 kwa zile mechi wamecheza. Mechi 2 mimi Tusker wamecheza hawajani convince hata kidogo ya kwamba wako na zile title credentials, because hizo mechi zote kama jana City Stars wangeongezwa dakika 5 wange equalize. Sijui maoni yako ni yapi ya Tusker mali wanasimama sasa hivi?
Nadhani vile ambavyo ulikuwa tunazungumza kuhusu Aucho ni muhimu sana, ilikuwa kwa Aucho asiondoke, manake uno mzigo sasa amewekewa Were ndio lazima abebe hii timu kuanzia mwanzo mpaka mwisho. Lakini swali ni je, ataweza kuibeba mpaka mwisho? Maana kwenye tofauti ya magoli na kuonesha kwamba hawafungi mabao mengi. Lakini kwa sababu Were hana msaidizi kwa kufunga yale mabao, hawako katika nafasi mbaya. Lakini wakumbuke ile Western Stima na Bandari kidogo wangeshuka daraja wale msimu uliopita. Kwa hivyo Umino na Twahir wanajua makosa waliofanya msimu jana. Na ndio wametia bidii. Kama hawangetia bidii, Tusker tungeiona pale na labda Western Stima na Bandari zingekuwa nafasi zao za kawaida. Lakini inaonekana walitulia na wakajipanga, na ndio maana wako pale walipo. Kwa hivyo Kimanzi ni kocha ambaye anajua pia, kando na kuondoa wachezaji, huwezi kujua kuna mambo mengi ndani ya mchezaji. Mchezaji zingine unaweza kujiona wewe ndio umekuwa timu. Na ndio maana unaona ukienda mataifa ya nje mchezaji anaambiwa jina liliko mbele ya jezi ni muhimu kuliko jina ambalo liko nyuma ya jezi. Sasa coach akikuona umeanza kuona labda jina la huku nyuma ni muhimu, hata kuondoa tu, lakini hata tangaza kwa sababu kuna heshima ya maadili ya kikazi. Lakini kuna kitu lazima hakufanya sawa kwa.
Swali langu la mwisho kwako Mkala ni kwamba wewe mwanahabari katika kituo cha Bahari, unashughulikia mambo ya pwani sana. Bandari umeisoma. Mwaka jana ulikuwa unapiga kelele kila siku unasema jamani Bandari inashuka. Msimu huu wamerudi. Wengi wanasema Bandari wako na zile title credentials. Lakini walipopewa test ya ukweli kabisa, walipocheza na Gor Mahia, walitoa ndani 2, zingine zikakataa. Zingekuwa ni nyingi zaidi. Nini haswa inafanya Bandari wanapewa hiyo title credentials?
Kabla ya kucheza na Gor, Twahir alisema kwamba timu za Nairobi zina manufaa ya kwamba wako karibu. Gor iko karibu na Tusker, iko karibu na Sofapaka. Wakitaka friendly wanacheza wenyewe kwa wenyewe vizuri na unapata ushindani mzuri. Lakini Pwani si dharau. Lakini Bandari inapata friendly, inacheza labda na timu kama Vimbwanga, inamfunga bao 7.
Inacheza na Sparky.
Inacheza na Sparky, inamfunga mtu 6-8. Sasa hii si friendly.
Lakini Sparky, Admiral, zile ni timu nzuri.
Alafu Gor Mahia ni timu ambayo imepata manufaa ya kuwa kuna wachezaji nyota waliowasajili wakachelewa kupeleka majina CAF. Hawakutumia katika Champions League. Kwa hivyo wakawa wanapumzika na wanajua ni tactics gani kocha anataka. Kwa hivyo anabambanya zaidi ilikuwa katika Champions League kuliko hata kwenye ligi. Kwa hivyo wakikutana na Bandari walikuwa wamecheza nao friendly, na Bandari katika ile timu waliocheza nao friendly walionyesha zile talent na ufundi ambao wamejifundisha tayari. Lakini Gor Mahia walikuwa bado wanajipanga. Sasa waliporudi huku wazi Gor Mahia walikuwa washawasoma na wana wachezaji wamekomaa zaidi kuliko wa Bandari. Kina Kingato ni wachezaji wazuri, Abege mchezaji mzuri, lakini bado wana mambo mengi ya kujifundisha. Kwa hivyo uzoefu ndio kaifanya Gor wakashinda. Lakini wakirudi Mombasa sikudanganya.
Lakini Gor pia Mkalo ukiangalia Gor Mahia pia friendly matches wamecheza pia. FC Leopards wamekuwa kienda huko Western kucheza na Chavakali sijui Kolongolo FC.
Bado Mkala tutarudia hiyo jambo. Pre-season teams wameenda pre-season wamefanya nini? Ndong, what do you have for us before we go for the quick fire?
Of course, we are asking this afternoon, should City Stars, should Nakuru All Stars be relegated, should they be in the league? And we can see at least finally I'm seeing some responses, Michael Kinyi, and this is a gentleman who is watching from Nakuru. His name is Ken Mosi. So I believe Mike is perhaps somebody who is a fan of Nakuru All-Stars, somebody who comes from Nakuru, and he says from what we watched last weekend, City Stars and Nakuru All-Stars deserve to be where they are. City Stars played very well. They just lacked enough confidence to take the game to Tusker. Top Fry just need to play, pack a bus, and at least get draws. And then, of course, they sign well in the middle of the season, and they might pull a surprise. That is Ken Mosi from Nakuru, and this one is unnamed. Please, when you're sending your responses, kindly send your name as well and say where you're watching us from. This is City Stars. City Stars should be relegated. At least here, Valerie Omochura stated her point of view, and she says, I believe they need more games for the young players to gel. And this is another SMS here. This is somebody who's watching us from Kakamega County, Owen, and you're saying it's a shame for them to be in the KPL. The two should quit. And this is another one here, unnamed. But you say that City Stars and All Stars ain't that good. Michael Kinyi, interesting sentiments there. Of course, it has generated a lot of discussion. Should City Stars be there? Should Nakuru All Stars be there?
Okay. We are going into the quickfire. We promised you that quickfire is the time to... Watu wamani msiogope, part 2 tunakam part 2. Nataka kuwachangamsha kwanza. Where are my numbers? Please, bring me my numbers. Very simple, guys. Pick one number. I will pick out, I already know from my system what number I'm going to pick. I've got 2 numbers. If one is not there, the other one, I will call it out. And once I pick out your number, you prepare yourself. Quickfire. I hope mmesoma encyclopedia ya Man U yote. Jumuliingia Wikipedia jana usiku. I know. Nikiuliza, nani ajui first coach wa Man U hapa? Nani ajui? Ngoja. Mimi nataka tu show of hands. Nani ajui first coach wa Man U? Kama mimi sijui yenyewe. Nana mliingia Wikipedia yenyewe wote. Kwa hivyo leo tuko na mambo. Okay, my number, the first number is 6. Who's number 6? Nobody with number 6. Second one was 9. Third one, number 4. I will need to pick random numbers again. Number 4, yeah, number 4. Na umeingiza maji tu ya hata uongee hapo. Surely. Number 4. Number 4. You sure you have number 4? Patie nione. Patie tu. Unaona ile ukora inaendelea na Man U? Please. Hii ndio ukora ya Manchester United. Director, I have to bring it closer. I don't know which camera will get it for you nicely. Camera 1, ebu check hiyo ukora. I asked for number 4. Okay, now this is what I'll do. I'll make it easier for you guys. Can you guys give me somebody for quickfire? Nipatieni mtu wa quickfire. Mkubaliane, tukue sasa democracy. Not you, sit. You failed the first quickfire. Who is ready? Okay, show of hands. Nani yako sawa?
You volunteer to.
Somebody to volunteer. You're volunteering? Bas. Quickfire after we come back from the break. I hope she has all the answers. Umesoma Wikipedia jana usiku? Uko sawa? Safi. Roba, twende break. Well, quick fire time. My dear, what's your name?
Maureen.
Maureen?
Yes.
What do you do, Maureen?
I'm a student in Kenyatta University.
Sasa unajua KE yote inakuangalia leo. Ukiangusha ma comrade. Yeah? Hauna chako. Last week ilikuwa 2,000 mtu akashindwa kuichukua. This week it's 4,000. Acha nipatie referee. Akuhesabie, ukizipata hazirudi kwangu, zinaingia kwako. Ndio hiyo, anakuhesabia. Hesabu na yeye ngapi?
1 2 3
Girine ndio hizo. So Maureen, remember the trick is you need to answer for me 8 questions in a minute. When I say starting now, the clock will be counting. All right?
Yeah.
If you don't know an answer, say pass. If you think it will challenge you and I need to move to the next question, say pass. All right? You ready? Okay, Roba. Niko tayari. Your question starts now. Which team eliminated Man U from the UEFA Champions League?
Pass.
Who is the KPL chairman?
Sam Nyamoya.
Name the former club of Manchester United midfielder Juan Mata.
Chelsea.
Who won the KPL Golden Boot Award last season and from
Dan
which team?
Serunkuma from Gor Mahia.
Who is the former Man U coach?
David Moyes.
Which club did former Gor Mahia defender David Owino sign for?
Pass.
What name did Real Madrid give to their 10th European title?
La Decima.
Which referee officiated the last EPL match between Liverpool and Man U?
Martin Atkinson.
Who is the Thika United coach?
Pass.
Which EPL team has never had a non-British manager?
Pass.
Who won the KPL MVP title last season?
Pass.
Which is the most successful team in KPL and how many titles?
Gor Mahia with 14.
Thank you. Your time is up. I've asked you 12 questions. I want to see, Robert, tell me how many correct answers? 6 correct answers. You fell short by 2 only. First question, I will throw it back to you guys. Which team eliminated Man U from Champions League?
We were not in
Manyoronyoto hata muku qualify. Champions League. I've just asked who eliminated.
You are not. How are you eliminated when you are not in the?
Exactly. That's what you tell me. We didn't play.
You didn't say when. When? No, you know you cannot. You didn't ask when. You could have at least been a bit specific on the club. If
I
it's
asked you
this
5 more
season,
questions you'd have gotten.
Yes, continue. Ask me 5 more because you.
Give him back my money.
Yeah.
This is my 4,000 bob, Robert. Next week it comes to 1, 2, 3, 4. I will add 2 more 1,000 bobs. Next week it's 6,000. Hii inaenda kubaya Robert lunch leo. Enaingia hapo. Next week it is 6,000 bob. And do I say which funds we are having next week now?
Yes.
Yes. Next week will be the 4th of March, I believe. 12th of March, we have the first leg of the Kenyan Derby, Gor Mahia versus AFC Leopards fans. So Gor and AFC fans, first 6 from each side to send in their request to be on the show. We are on with you. So use the hashtag Monday Football on Twitter or use SMS platform 22422. Why are you a Gor Mahia fan or AFC Leopards fan, and why do you want to come on the show?
Right, thank you, Mike. Just very quickly, let me just touch on 2 SMSs here before I tell you what's happening in international football. Odero Jr. from Kisumu says, when opportunity cost is 0, it means that there is no alternative. KPL had no alternative but to bring in those teams. And someone here, you don't give us your name, but you say Kenyan football is so disappointing. City Stars and All Stars were relegated, so which criteria did they use to retain them? Well, you know, we'll continue looking at that particular issue and talk to us on 22422. But for now, let's take a look at what's been happening on the international front, where Uganda stunned Nigeria by a solitary goal in Uyo in an international friendly as Faruku Muya fired home that winning goal. Here's that action.
Looking like they want to really end this in a big way. An opportunity. The Nigerian defense at 6s and 7s. Oh, fantastic, fantastic goal. The Ugandans seem to have snatched it at the last minute. Vincent Enyama couldn't keep a clean sheet after all. That is disastrous for the Eagles. That is unbelievable for the Eagles. And the Ugandans caught the Eagles on a counter-attack. They've been looking for that to happen. And celebration in the stands.
Into the net. Both the ball and the goalkeeper caught in the net. Great goal for Uganda. And 1-0. It's not the first time they will be beating Nigeria here at home. The game is not over yet, but they lead by 1-0. Take a look at the build-up to that goal. That Farouk. What a goal.
Well, sadly enough.
Of course, and staying with the international friendlies, was another match that was taking place yesterday. You've seen there, Uganda managed to stand the Super Eagles, the Uganda Cranes reigning supreme in Uyo. But there's another match that was taking place over the weekend, and that was Ivory Coast against the 2015 Africa Cup of Nations host Equatorial Guinea. And Max Gradel managed to salvage the draw for the African champions as the Elephants were held to a 1-1 draw with Equatorial Guinea at the Felix Houphouët-Boigny Stadium in Abidjan. I do hope that I've pronounced that quite well. Here are the highlights of those goals.
That could be a chance here. Maybe a surprise lead here. Well taken, what a start! Equatorial Guinea take them. William Sherman. As a shot comes in, Vonda keeps it out. And can they get it in there? Finally, they've got the breakthrough. It's Gradel. Finally, they got the equalizer.
For the Ivory Coast.
Toure involved in just about everything, and the keeper involved in it too. It's tucked in at the back post. No foul, and it's a goal for Ousmane Vieira. His first goal in the colours of the Ivory Coast. His 10th cap today. He plays in Turkey. Free kicks where he seemed to be a little bit static and his reactions coming out a little bit late. Well,
the ball through past the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper obviously caught late.
Vast experience. Sullivan Kalou sends a...
Difficult for the goalkeeper. Obviously in these kind of cases, you can't wait to...
In another match, Moussa Konate struck twice for Senegal as the Lions of Teranga mauled the Black Stars 2-1 at the Stade Ocean in France. Richard Bouaké scored a consolation for the Ghanaians.
É lançado dentro das 4 linhas. Jamiang Badu. Olha o rebate, gol! Espetacular o pontapé. Executado por camisa número 15, Konate. Por central. Olha a bola colocada ao lado esquerdo, o ataque a funcionar, vai ser golo, o rebate e o golo! Está feito! Segundo golo da seleção de Senegal. Outra vez, Konate. Jogada bem.
And staying with the international friendlies, remember of course, the South American side, Brazil, were facing off against Chile, and that match managed to end in favor of Seleção. Here are the highlights of that match.
First goal, win it here, and this could be it. And this will be it. Taken by Firmino. Suddenly, there have been no gaps for Brazil, but Firmino found one. And he just dismissed the goalkeeper. Brazil in this match. Onside. Medel couldn't get there and Bravo couldn't bail him out. And as perhaps we sensed, when it comes to playing Chile, Brazil find a way, even when they're not playing particularly well. And this is the...
Moro, of course, this afternoon we have the Manchester United fans. It's been an interesting first leg of the English Premier League. The international break took place over the weekend. But for me, I'm interested in finding out how the Manchester United fans think about their next big games. There are 4 big games. They're giant killers per se. They've edged Tottenham, they've edged Liverpool, but they'll be facing Aston Villa, Manchester City, Chelsea, and Everton. Will they be able to maintain that same momentum?
My goodness, no, you make it sound so bad. But before I get to that, Mike, that message you've received. Lazima tutajie, we have to talk about that message. Mike, who's tweeted you and what are they saying?
This is a guy called Chief Daniel Musioka. Chief Daniel Musioka, when Manu started to try to steal and cheat on the show, saying
to rig the show.
Yes, I asked for number 4. Who has the tag number 4? Somebody stands confidently and says, I have number 4. But then I look at his face and I know this guy is lying. So I say, give me the tag. And it's number 15. So a Chelsea fan, this is what he's done. Chief Daniel Musioka takes a screenshot of that number 15. Then he says, wanatamani kuwa number 15 wakidhani number 4.
So hiyo top 4 finish kumbe ni number 15.
Kumbe number 15.
Mwingine amesema hapa tiama fans wa Manu wako na umoe sana. Anyway, we're gonna stop bashing Manu fans. Long asked you guys a very serious question. And maybe one or two of you can answer that. What do you think are your chances? You look at the games that you've got lined up. It's as if the worst was saved for last. For you guys, how are you gonna do? What are your chances there?
We have a 99% of even clinching the Premier League.
And you know now we don't believe everything you say after that movie. After that movie. No, but I'm listening. Okay.
Our chances are 99% because of the types of formation that our coach, Mr. Van Gaal, is using. And I was happy on the way we played a match against Tottenham United. The kind of formation, Tottenham Hotspurs, the kind of formation that Coach Van Gaal used. And the 4-4-2 formation, basically, if you look at the English team, basically the English teams, that's the kind of formation they normally use. And the inclusion of Juan Mata, it has really helped.
It has made a difference.
Yeah.
I want you to give the lady behind you with the away jersey, because I want to ask about 2 players, Di Maria and Radamel Falcao. Your opinion on them, because she was talking quite a bit about them, before we came on air.
When were you talking about them?
She. Mike, what are you doing?
Just here.
Jibu Swali, ignore Mike Okinye. He's happy because the 4K has remained in his pocket.
Okay. I think transition for Di Maria from playing in the Spanish league and coming to the English Premier League has not been good for him. He has flicks and flares of brilliance, and I'm sure he will pick on and he will be great for Manchester. Falcao, he's good.
Okay.
He played really good for Colombia, and our players are really good playing at home and playing for the club. But I don't think we should sign him. I think we played better, because if we signed him, then it would mean we have to shift. We have to try and fit him now. But I think we play best with Rooney up front. I think 4-3-3 plays best for us.
Right, and I believe I can bring Mike in on this, but I want to ask now to any of you. Van Gaal, we've seen him for almost a season now. Are you happy with what you're seeing? Do you want to see him for another 5, 6, 7 seasons? And this is an honest question. He's not watching, so you can speak your mind. Or maybe he is, you never know. Yeah?
For me, Van Gaal is the right man because, okay, everyone was gonna take over from Fergie. It was gonna, to come out of his shadow, it was gonna be a struggle. But right now, where we are now is where I expected we should have been towards the end of the season, because the Thomas task is to finish within top 4, and I believe we can take even the number 2 position. Yeah, everyone expected this fixture starting with Tottenham, Liverpool. Those are the ones that were gonna roll us out of the contention. But we are still there. We won the first 2 battles. Next is Aston Villa. We shall draw those on, and then Man City, Chelsea. Those are not matches for us.
I want you to do a small exercise for me. Let me walk back so the camera can get a good shot.
Yeah.
Put your hands out as fans. Put your hands out. All of you. When I say go, let your hands or your fingers indicate the number that the team will finish. I want to see if we are together in this. 3, 2, 1, go.
Phrase. Okay. There's one league title. The rest are number 2. So pass on the mic to the guy who says we'll win the league.
And
second on that list.
Pass the mic to him. Let's hear.
After this weekend, Chelsea are going to open up a 12-point lead. 12 with 7 games to go. You can take that to the bank. It's going to be 12 points. How do you recover those points to win the league? Give me the formula. I want it.
Allow him to defend himself. Go ahead.
It is not guaranteed that they
use the mic. Just put the mic close to your mouth. Yes.
It's not guaranteed that they will take that. They will take those all points. But sisi as mi na imani hizi game zimebaki zote tutashinda.
Wewe mwenyewe umeniambia vizuri sana. It is not guaranteed ya kwamba watachukua hizo Chelsea. Si ndio? Guarantee gani iko kwa Man U? Wacha ajibu, wako na microphone mwenyewe. Wacha ajibu kwanza.
Mwenye mic aongee.
Guarantee gani mko nayo?
For me yetu iko sawa na pia sima kama ama players pia wamejitambua na hiyo psych venye tumeshinda hizo game zote, tumeshinda game ya Tottenham na Liverpool pia hiyo watapeleka hiyo psych bado kwa Aston Villa, Man City, Chelsea na ina imani tutashinda cup.
Just pass the mic down. There's a guy here. I want him to speak first. The one is a blue vuvuzela. What's your name?
Anthony.
Anthony, what do you do in Nairobi?
Nairobi, I'm a student.
You're a student?
Yeah.
Napenda sana hii karadi ya students. Unajua comrade wanakuaga na kelele. Wacha nisikie panganga yako sasa.
Yeah. Okay. First of all,
yes.
Kama kuna team improve, it's Manchester United. We are the most players who are being insulted like Fellaini, Ashley Young, but now you can see they are the best players. Even in the internationals, Fellaini scored 2 goals. Ashley Young is coming back, and we are just getting there. And slowly we've conquered Liverpool, a team that our biggest rivals that we have. And the next it's Chelsea, because I know Chelsea will beat them. That's given. That's given.
Now,
yeah.
Guys, there's something that I'm reading from the tone of all your voices, because he said very well, the most improved team. So do you think that Ferguson deliberately sabotaged this team to leave that legacy? Because that's a question I want. Best improved from what? Because Manchester United should be fighting for titles. With the war chest you have, just a minute, with the money Man U has, with the following Man U has, with the kind of players that Man U have, we expect that they'll be giving Chelsea. Pia wenyu ni Chelsea pale juu. Ni nini mnapigania na kale ka team number 4 hapa?
You have mentioned improved from what? You have
Yes.
asked whether Ferguson sabotaged the team.
Before he left.
Ferguson did not sabotage any team. Ferguson won the title with that team. So any manager who was going to take over from Ferguson had a tall task to try and match what he had done.
With
That
the
is
same
almost
team?
impossible with the same team. Moyes tried. Moyes failed. Moyes left us on position 7. Now we are improving from position 7 to get to where we are. Van Gaal came. We lost our first game to Swansea. So we are improving from that. The squad that started that game is not the same squad that we are seeing today. The spirit of that team that lost that game is not the same spirit we are seeing on our team today. When Tottenham, when we played Tottenham, almost all pundits had. They had faced us. They are saying we are going to be beaten by 4 goals. Hurricane. Did you see him out of Carrick's pocket? No. Hurricane is nowhere to be seen. Isn't it? When we went to play Liverpool, they said Manchester United cannot win at Anfield. They said that Manchester United, everybody, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yes.
Every player who is against Manchester United, it does not matter whether you support Aston Villa or you support Arsenal.
Yes.
So long as we are playing, everyone is on loan to everyone else. So when we played Tottenham, they said, oh, it was by luck they won. We went to play Liverpool. Everyone thought we are not going to win.
Yes.
What did we do? What did we do? We won. We did not only win. We won convincingly.
Can I give you my 2 cents on those Manchester United wins?
So my
When the
answer
pressure-
is we are improving from what
7
Moyes left to where we are. We are going to play Chelsea. If you remember our last game,
Yes.
we came from a goal down to draw. Van Persie gave us that goal, and we drew almost at Fergie time. That is
Yes.
a game we drew, but that is a game I felt like we won. Basically, that 1 point was
Mike had a
like
question.
3 points.
Now, my 2 bob
Yes.
observation is when Manchester United is playing these teams, the pressure was on the other team. Why? Just hold on. Because everybody talked about Manu being whipped. So the other guy is under so much pressure to perform at the expense of Manu, because Manu go into that game relaxed as wait. They go in as underdogs in that game. Now the game that Manu went in as favorites,
We did not go in any game as favorites.
I will
we
give you-
went into a game as the team that won from Tottenham by luck. That is how we went to play.
umekimbia mbele sana. Weka speed governor kidogo. The game that I'm talking about, that Manu went in as favorites, a game that Arsenal fans never watch. Kina Kianda, John Kianda Mwona hapa studio. That day they go sleeping
somewhere.
Why? Because they know Manu is going to whip them. At Old Trafford, who was under pressure?
Now,
What happened there?
Yes.
I think is what he's trying to ask.
Thank you. Now you answer me correctly.
Somebody who's whispered something that we can't see on TV, but it exemplifies it. Let me just ask you one question. Going back to the day when Sir Alex Ferguson announced his retirement, if you guys were in charge of Man U then, what changes would you have made? Because we realize things have not gone the way they should have. You shouldn't be here arguing these points. You should be here talking about how your Champions League is going well and how you're looking forward to
There's
next season.
somebody who's
So
not
there's been
spoken. I've not heard somebody's voice. Right behind
So
you.
there's been a problem, and I want to talk about that.
That is what I want you to
In
answer.
brief. In brief.
Okay, personally, as you remember, actually, I want to disagree with the fact that you said Fergie sabotaged Man United. And it's true, it's a fact that when Fergie was at United, we had a problem with the midfield, cleverly, and the defense too. Somehow, Rio Ferdinand, Vidic having injuries. And that's still the problem that you're still having today. Let me ask you, suppose, I'm assuming you're a Chelsea fan. If someone today told you that one day Eden Hazard will be playing defense, will you believe? Will you even?
Center back.
Yeah.
Okay, mimi niulize swali ya Gor Mahia na Super.
No.
Hawa
Okay.
watu, huyo Hazard ni basi ya kuenda wapi? Yeye mimi sijuagi watu wengine.
Good. I think we need to give Ndonga a chance to tell us one or two. This debate can go on for us. No, what do you
I
have for
agree.
us?
I agree. Just to remind our viewers, of course, you've just been talking to Manchester United fans, and the fixtures that they have is Aston Villa. They'll be playing them home, and then they'll be facing with Manchester City, and then they'll be facing with Chelsea, and then they'll be facing off with Everton. And then now I can, of course, that's very, 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 very tight fixtures they have there. Let's take a look at some of your responses. This afternoon, we were asking you, as far as the local football is concerned, we were asking you, as far as City Stars, Nakuru All Stars, do you feel that they deserve to be in the league? And very interesting sentiments here. Very interesting sentiments here from our viewers. And let's take a look at social media. Some SMSs here. We've been sending your responses 22422. And this is Abdi from Narok County. And you say, Monday Football, they don't deserve to be in the Premier League. Hatoshi Mboga.
Some people don't mince their words, eh?
Yes. City Stars and Nakuru All Stars don't deserve to be in the Kenyan Premier League because they are not ready. That is Deno from Eldoret. Fan mkubwa wa Manchester United. I'm not surprised that the fans there will be cheering him on. And this is Owen from Kakamega. He says it's a shame for them to be in the KPL. The two should quit. I believe we should be having another response here. And this is unnamed, but you say City Stars and Nakuru All Stars ain't that good. He says Shabana should not be in the KPL.
Okay, where does Shabana come in? Sure.
I have another one here, another SMS here. This is somebody is responding, Mike, to your question.
No, yes. Sorry. This one, look at that message.
It's who has sent that message?
Mulika, this name. He has not said his name.
Shabana should not be at KPL. City Stars and Nakuru All Stars ain't that good. Yani, they have to. I think this
that's why we need this show.
I think this is Bosire from the newsroom.
Oh, this is Bosire from the
newsroom. It has to be Bosire.
I'll check the digits after the show and confirm whether or not that's his number. Let's see if we have another response here, 22422. We're asking you, should City Stars, should Nakuru All Stars be in the Kenyan Premier League? I'm sure they're done there, but let's look at some here on my console here, and you can see this is Mike. Some fans are responding to your question, to your rally on call. You had asked fans for AFC Leopards, you'd asked fans for Gor Mahia to send in their names to feature in next week's show. So far, I can tell you have about three fans, some very, very, very interesting sentiments as well regarding the Shemeji derby that's taking place on the 12th of April. And this is Abubakar, you're saying that you're a Gor Mahia fan. You say that City Stars and Nakuru All Stars should not be there. And this is another one here. This is... you say you're watching us from Kisii. You say we'll rather do. It's interesting. He says that we'll rather have a league with 14 teams. It's just so shameful. Teams play the same league, ought to be about the same level. These are just some of the responses regarding the question you're asking this afternoon. Should City Stars, should Nakuru All Stars be in the Kenyan Premier League? Waiga.
Right. Thank you, Ndong. Now, the Man U fans had promised because they came late. They said they had faggy time. To apologize to us as Monday Football and our viewers who are really waiting for them, they are going to sing their anthem for us even as we wind up. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's hear your bad voices.
Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. And the Reds go marching on. Manchester, eh? Yeah. Manchester. Manchester, eh? Yeah. Manchester.
Can I tell you one thing?
Mike, on a parting shot, say what you have to say.
Yani,
hey.
You're blocking my camera in the meantime.
Oh, I'm blocking your camera?
Yes.
Okay.
If that is how Man U fans sing.
Hey. And I'm a Man U fan. It's just that I can't say it publicly.
You guys should go for lessons from Gor Mahia and AFC Leopards. Next week, let me tell you, it is not a lie. We'll put those guys here. Watachangamsha studio. Serious. Because if I ask you to sing something else other than that, Man U guys never know anything else. It's just that one. It's like Arsenal. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
The same thing with them.
Yes, Liverpool. You'll never walk. Those are the only thing. 1-1 song.
They know. But God and
I believe he has one. If you sing another song, all of you that you know.
Aye.
Which one? That's exactly what we have. Please,
if you're happy and you know
Gor Mahia fans and AFC Leopards fans. No, all of you can sing it. Staki, no, don't whisper. Yes, no, yes. I want affirmative. Your new, not the motto. Nimewachana na watu wa Manchester United. Well, AFC Leopards, Gor Mahia fans, next week we are in studio. Let's have all the fun that we can. We'll try and bring you Ainea and his team, the Sikuti guys, watakuja hapa, watu wa Gor Mahia wakuja na nyimbo zao hapa, tukanyagane kwa studio. From me, I'm not saying anything else. Ataska mambo yao bado.
Right, Mike. I think that's all the time we had, for today on Monday Football. We'll be back next week with so much more lined up. With of course, the show keeps getting better and better and better. Thank you for all your feedback. The hashtag was Monday Football. Let's keep the conversation going even after this. And 22422 is our SMS line. Keep sending those messages, especially if you want to be on the show tomorrow. But I think on that bombshell, Mike, it's time to say goodbye. We'll see you again next week.
Nam mtazamaji, hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa kama ulivyofuatilia moja kwa moja katika runinga yako nambari 1. Bila shaka runinga ya Citizen, kipindi Monday Football kimefana sana. Umepata pale kutazama mahojiano kabambe kabisa ambaye ameweza kutekelezwa na nuzi wa soka wa nguvu kabisa. Nazungumzia Michael Kinyi, nazungumzia vile vile pia Michael Kinyi, Bernard Dong, na vile vile pia Wahiga Mwaura. Mashabiki wa Manchester United ndio hao, bila shaka kama unavyowatazama pale, waliweza kuanza vizuri sana, wakaweza kucheza mechi ambayo mechi iliweza kutia furaha sana, na kilichonifurahisha katika bila shaka kipindi hiki ni kwamba yani kipindi bila shaka ni kizuri. Ukiangalia mjadala jinsi ambavyo bila shaka mahojiano yanafanywa, ni ishara ya kwamba Citizen TV ndio nambari 1, na bila shaka kwa kila kitu inakupatia unakitaka, yani kila kitu kama ni sport ya kila aina unaipata papa hapa katika runinga ya Citizen. Kwa hivyo mtazamaji, hivyo ndivyo mambo yalivyokuwa bila shaka, na nakwambia kwamba kila siku ya Jumatatu kuanzia mwendo wa saa 7:30 na kuendelea, kipindi ni Monday Football. Umekuwa nami mtangazaji wako wa soka, mimi naitwa Geoffrey Mwamburi, beki wa kupanda na kushuka. Kwa hivyo hivyo ndivyo hali ilivyokuwa bila shaka, na si timu tu moja, Manchester United, Chelsea, timu tofauti. Liverpool utapata kuisikia pale, utapata vile vile pia kuona mashabiki wa timu za humu nchini kama vile Gor Mahia, utapata kuona mashabiki wa timu kama vile Tusker, timu kama vile Shabana, timu kama vile Bandari. Ni timu ambazo kwamba zitakuwa zikija hapa, ina maana ya kwamba hatuchagui hatubagui. Citizen TV bila shaka ndicho kituo nambari 1 ambacho kinakupatia vitu kama hivi, utaweza kuvipata. Na vile vile pia mtazamaji, umepata kusikiliza bila shaka kutoka kwa wachanganuzi Mkala wa Mwamboze pamoja na John Kianda, wametoa uchanganuzi mzuri sana. Kwa hivyo bila shaka imekuwa ni furaha kubwa sana kuwa nawe, na kuahidi ya kwamba Jumatatu ijayo katika kipindi cha Monday Football, runinga ni ya Citizen Kenya bila wasiwasi, manake uchanganuzi, matangazo ya moja kwa moja utakuwa unayapata. Na kama ulivyomsikiliza Michael Kinyi, ameweka wazi parawanja bila kuficha, akisema ya kwamba bila shaka Jumatatu ijayo tutaweza kuzungumzia hususan soka humu nchini. Mimi nimekuwa mtangazaji wako Geoffrey Mwamburi, beki wa kupanda na kushuka. Nasema bismillah, tazama Citizen TV.